Hey, guess what day it is? It's Thursday, which, guess what that means? It's happy hour. Rose happy hour. So we are here today, and we're so excited. So we are going to talk with Jerome, Cherie of Fog Crest Vineyard.
Yes.
We have on our Pfizer alumni shirts because we've been vaccinated. So we're super excited. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Let's go ahead and get him in the room.
Uh-oh.
Yay! Jerome, Cherie.
So which one?
You're for Fog Crest.
There you go.
There we go. Woohoo! Hey, hey, hey! You can see the ring light.
Here we go. Hey.
Hey, Jerome!
How you guys doing?
You?
Good.
Happy hour.
Cheers to you guys.
So
Thanks for
glad
having me
to
today.
have you.
Yes, me too. Very excited to be here. I hope I'm not too close to the screen. I think it's good, right?
Oh yeah, you're good. You're totally good. We love where you're at too.
Thank you. Yes, behind some barrels. I'm in the cellar, actually.
Ooh,
I'm in the cellar.
that means we can get a tour.
Yes, we could. We have some people. We're doing. We are reopened, but we're doing. We have visitors that just came in at 4, and then some coming at 4:30. So I could not be on the patio, and then being in the tasting room. So I was like, let me go to my second office. I'm in the cellar.
Ah, where you don't want to be found, where you're working on
Exactly.
your concoctions.
drinking some rosé.
Well, we're here for that.
Cheers. Yes.
Cheers.
Very good.
Yay! So, Jerome, I mean, I know we interviewed you for the podcast, but your episode's going to air this coming week. So excited to talk about just a little bit and give people a little taste about you. But wanted to just open this for you to talk about yourself and to talk about the rosé at Fog Crest Vineyard.
Sure. Where do I start? I'll try to be as short as possible. So I was born and raised in France, as you can guess. And I studied, born and raised in France, grew up with wine at the table along with bread and salt, pepper, and butter. So it was always a staple, pretty much like for a lot of French people growing up, to see wine at the table. And my dad was always talking eloquently about about wine from France, from Bordeaux, from Pomerol, from Pomerol, from Pommard, all those wines. And I was like, wow, there must be something about wines, And everybody, my parents were drinking wine, all of that good stuff. And then I went to college. I studied agronomy. Decided that for me the best thing to do in agriculture was winemaking, because the rest was not as enticing. So I went to college in Burgundy at the University of Burgundy. Studied in the Holy Grail of Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, and it was really an amazing experience. And then I did some harvest in France, one in Australia, and I came to the US in '97. So some 24 years ago.
Wow.
Just a little while ago.
Just a little time ago.
A little while ago. And then you have the best laugh, by the way.
Thank you.
I have an evil French laugh, but yours is not evil. But mine is not evil. It's just the way I laugh. Anyway, so come to the US, and then with my background, I found more inclined to work in Pinot Noir and Chardonnay house. So I worked 4 years at Little Eye Wines, which is now located in Sebastopol, and then 9 years at Sainsbury. And Little Eye now makes a rosé, but I really honed my craft in rosé making at Sainsbury, where they were making a vin gris. So tweaked all of that and turned into a whole cluster press rosé, which is what we're doing at Fog Crest. Here we go. This is the 19. So our rosé is a whole cluster press. It's not a byproduct. We have a specific vineyard that in the Russian River Valley that we buy Pinot Noir from, and it's a whole cluster press, lightly pressed and fermented in tank. I want to say pretty straightforward, but very delicious.
Yes. I mean, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
You guys, there's a lot of tears because it is delicious. I love it. It is really, really good.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, we all of our wines go through ML and are filtered, but this wine is not. I'm trying to. Oh, never mind. Trying to. This wine is. We don't do the malolactic on this wine, and we bottle it early in March of the following year. So we just bottled our 20, which is here. 20 is coming after the 19, obviously. So yeah, relatively short cycle of production, and filtered and sterile filtered because we don't want ML to happen in the bottle, and we don't want ML in the wine to preserve the acidity, and it's a wine we release early, but it can age, up to a year, up to 2 years. We've made it we have some Magnum of the 18 still at the winery that tastes delicious. So we've made some Magnum 3 years ago. Sorry. So there you go.
That's cool. And I mean, like, you come up with the recipe, right? Like, this is like, you made the secret sauce.
Yeah, so I can give you a few, we try to peak around 23 breaks. We get the juice very, very, very clear. We settle it very, very clear. And then we ferment in tank at about 62 degrees until dryness. And then it gets transferred either in neutral barrel or in tanks or in stainless steel drum. In any case, in a vessel that has that's pretty neutral. It's definitely stainless steel is. Used barrel works fine as well. And then we just wait until March and we bottle it. So very little handling of the wine. Just a nice wine. I love rosé. I think I told you the story. It's in the podcast. When I arrived in the US 24 years ago, I went to a local grocery store and I was looking for a bottle of rosé. And it was a grocery store. It was not a wine store. And I can name it. I bought Beringer White Zinfandel. And I was like, whoa, a rosé. And it was sweet. It was, it was a white Zinfandel. Nothing wrong with that. But now, if I were to do the same in the same store, I think things have changed a lot. There's a lot of wines, a lot of rosé that are dry, and that's a good thing. Personally, it's been a change. I mean, thank God, in 24 years, it changed. But even until in 2012, 2013, you could find some really nice rosé. I think things have changed quite a lot, which is good for rosé drinkers and makers.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I feel like now's the time, right? Like, everyone's like rosé all day, rosé lifestyle. It's like a thing now. And
yes,
it's finally like, thank you for not making all rosé sweet. But also, thank you for not always making rosé so like consistent across the board.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. So, can you talk more about Fog Crest Vineyard? Because it is Black owned.
It is a Black owned winery. I just spoke to Rosalind today. Rosalind Manugan is our fearless leader, wonderful lady. I started to work here in 2013. So almost 8 years now. Rosalind does sales, marketing. She kind of sort of like runs the winery, and her daughter, Michaela, if you're here, Michaela does social media. So I've been working closely. Well, I work closely with Rosalind, but also with Michaela, and Michaela more on the social media side. We are the only, I'm pretty sure, we are the only Black-owned winery in Sonoma County with a vineyard, a winery, and a tasting room. I think there's some wine labels, and there's a tasting room and a wine label, but we're the only Black-owned winery, pretty sure, in Sonoma County. So very happy. I know, right? Very happy. We have a beautiful tasting room overlooking the Laguna de Santa Rosa and the Russian River Valley, and we're very happy to be reopened. As last year was quite challenging for all of us.
Yeah, it was very difficult because we, started the podcast last year, during right before the pandemic started. So we had to pivot, figure out okay, so what are we going to do now? And we couldn't travel because we were going to travel, visit vineyards, come out to Sonoma County, all of these things. But then now you can't go anywhere.
No.
So this has been awesome because we're able to virtually take flights.
Yes, that's true. Well, we've been starting to do with our wine club members virtual tasting, which is something we didn't do last year. We did one in at the end of in February. So there should be perhaps one coming in May with our second wine club shipment. So that's, you know, that you have to be creative regardless of what's coming to you. I think that's the best way to see it.
Wow.
But a lot of people have been drinking a lot of wine last year, so hopefully they will continue to do so.
I think so. I think it's not a trend. I think it's like a thing now.
So, yeah. Yes,
But I
that's
know
good.
you have questions.
Well,
Yes.
I'm always on the business side, so I'm wondering, is there any sort of patents behind the wine that you guys create there?
Sorry, what is the question? I couldn't hear you.
Patents. Do you patent the wine? The type,
Patents,
the
like
recipe, and all that?
Taking care of the wine, you mean?
Like patents, like any registered trademark?
No. There's no patent. No, sorry, there's no patent. I have some know-how. I mean, there's a way of making wines. There's no patent. No. And there's certainly a style that I've established and verified. There's some things that we're doing at the winery that works for us for our wine. There's nothing secret, nothing extraordinary. I don't have a magic wand. I wish.
You fooled me.
No. No, we do. No, there's no patent. We ferment our Chardonnay in oak barrels, and we ferment the Pinot Noir in macrobine for about 2 weeks because we can't do it any longer in those beans because it's not a sealed tank, a sealed vessel. We aged the Pinot Noir in a French oak barrel, not because I'm French, but that's really what works better with Chardonnay and Pinot Noir.
I mean, the French knew what they were doing.
Yes, that's true. I think so.
That's our secret.
But no, very straightforward. We don't filter our Chardonnay or Pinot Noir. They all go through ML. So very true to the style, to the Burgundy style, that doesn't have filtration. And that's something that was done before I arrived. It's, we have very naturally high acidity in our estate vineyard in Russian River Valley, and particularly here at Fog Crest. So I like the acidity in the wine, not going too crazy, but I like a presence in it, and we have that naturally. The owner, Jim, was before he started the winery, Jim Manoogian had a restaurant in San Francisco, in Soma. So we really try to make wine that would pair very well with food. Our wines are not going to be 16% alcohol and 4 pH. That's not going to be us. Now, some people can enjoy those wines. That's fine, but that's not our style. We're more on the balanced side, and we don't go also too crazy in a low ripeness. We have our level in sugar and acid that puts us in the middle, and I think that works very well for us.
Wow. So what kind of wines do you have at Fog Crest? I know of course there's a rosé. Yeah. But what other types of wines do you guys have?
We're Russian River Valley, so we are Chardonnay and Pinot Noir producer. We have 3 Chardonnay, and we have 4 Pinot Noir. So, actually, I can show you the cellar if you would like.
Ooh, please! Let's take a tour. We're walking with you.
Yeah, there you go. So those are our barrels.
Wow!
So sometimes we have oak barrels, but we also have stainless steel drum. Mm-hmm. I'll get to that in a little bit. So I'm gonna walk in the cellar. It's my forklift. So we have an egg. So this is a concrete egg in which we ferment one of our Chardonnay, the 548. Then that's our storage of case goods, and then those are our barrels.
Wow!
And pretty straightforward. That's the forklift. That's where I'm gonna go back. So we have 3 Chardonnay. So we have the Laguna West Chardonnay. That's Laguna West Chardonnay is neutral oak, full ML, bottled in August of the following year. Then we have the estate Chardonnay from the estate grown grapes that we bottle after 18 months in barrel. It's 40% new oak for a year, and then 6 months in neutral barrel. And that's more on the white Burgundy, Premier Cru, Grand Cru model, more oak presence, but only 40%. And then the egg I just showed is it's for the 548 Chardonnay. We do a Chardonnay with no oak, so it's fermented in a concrete egg and aged for a year. and then 6 months in stainless steel drum. So there's no oak in this wine. It's pretty quite unique, and I don't think there's a lot of winery that age their Chardonnay for so long with no oak, but we're doing that because we want to kind of like do an exercise de style, a variation of the theme of Chardonnay. So we have three different styles. Now with the Pinot, we have the Laguna West Pinot Noir, which is our entry level. Easy to drink and age, soft, juicy, nice Pinot Noir. And then we have 3 single vineyards. We have the upper block, which is only 3 barrels, so very small. We have the estate, which is from the lower block Pinot Noir. And then we have a Bennett Valley Pinot Noir from an AVA close to Santa Rosa. So we have 4 Pinot Noir. So it's small, but there's a lot of cuvée, lots of bottling that keep the whole project very interesting.
Wow.
So basically, in long story short, we are typical Russian River Valley winery, Chardonnay and Pinot Noir producer, and Rosé Pinot. So the Rosé is from Pinot Noir.
Oh, interesting. Can you tell us more? So, like, we're sipping on it too. So, you can tell us a little bit about what we're tasting. I know people want to know more about like what it tastes like, flavors, the notes, all of those things.
So this is the 19 rosé, which we were almost sold out. So we'll transition to the 2020 rosé. So this one, let me see. So there's some more of a plum, some peach in the nose. In the mouth, I get a lot of quince jelly, a little bit of quince jelly, a little bit of the pit of a peach fruit. There's some nice berry. We bottled this in 2020, so it's been in the bottle for over, let's see, like a year. I want to say a year. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So it has a nice age character, but not too aged. Yeah, I get some quince jelly, quince paste, a little bit, some hawthorn flower, a little bit of a plum, not prune, but plum fruit. So I get that. And then there's a nice acidity as well in the wine. It's a coiffer.
Wow. Go. It's so pretty. Is that a picture of the vineyard?
What, sorry? Oh.
There you go. Vineyard. There you go. I was wondering, on the bottle, is that a picture of the vineyard?
Yes, correct. So this is a view of the tasting room. That's the tasting room, and that's the slope going down to the vineyard. So that's exactly how it looks like. Now, the opposite view of this, on the patio is overlooking the Laguna di Santa Rosa. So that's yes, that's exactly what the way the winery looks. So yeah.
That's so crazy. Like, this is so awesome. And we're like really excited, like, to be a part of this and talking with you.
Absolutely.
And have you at happy hour. I feel like you're over for drinks, but we're over for drinks as well.
Yeah. I like happy hours. It makes me feel like it's Friday.
I know. Sadly, I have to work tomorrow.
Well, you guys can travel now, so you should come visit, the two of you.
Yes, we definitely plan to, because guess what? We have our Pfizer shots.
So me too, yes. I am too vaccinated as of early March. So it's been a while. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Congrats.
Thank you. Cheers to that.
Yes. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
I'm here to cheers to everything.
Very good.
So I have like a couple questions before we go, because I know it's kind of late on our side. I know you got a whole entire like establishment full of people who want to talk to you and want to like meet you because you're like a celebrity.
Oh, really? I don't know about that.
They want your autograph on bottles. It's like a whole thing. There's a line forming in the back. So wanted to know more specifically, like, if someone was interested in like starting out in rosé and drinking, what would you say would be like a good way to start learning about sort of like wine and getting into rosé?
What's the question? Which rosé should I suggest?
Yeah, like that. Someone getting into like drinking rosé,
Well,
like a
I
newbie.
mean, obviously, my top choice will be Fog Crest because I that's where I work. I want to say to me, I don't no bias, but aside from this winery and it's been established, Provence rosé are really the rosé from France, from Provence are. The holy grail of Pinot Noir is Burgundy, as far as I'm concerned. That's where I was trained in school. But for rosé, Provence is a good start. They come in different prices, so you can choose whatever you want. But a lot of people, Whispering Angel, I think, is a good wine to start with. It's derided, but I think they do a very good job. You can find rosé of Provence in many stores, small wine shop, or even regular grocery store. Then if you get more serious, you can start looking in what is done domestically. Who makes a rosé that I really like? I do make a very good rosé. I'm trying to think. Small houses in Russian River Valley. I think Pinot Noir is actually a Pinot Noir as a rosé in California does a very good job. I'm not sure about the Bordeaux varietal. It's a little more specific in the aromas. Syrah, Grenache can do a very good job here as well. I don't have any producer on top of my list, but in Russian River Valley, you would think in Carneros, Russian River Valley, in California, any Pinot Noir producer in my book in California can make very good rosé, and there's a lot of them. So there you go.
That's a great list. I mean, Whispering Angel, I think definitely. I know a lot of people started off with Whispering Angel. I know in college,
it's a good one.
I probably had a bottle or two.
Yeah,
I worked my way up to Fog Crest because
thank you. Yeah, we'll be happy to have you over.
Yes. Well, I can't wait because we don't even need a passport. We just need to get a flight.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
yes. Well, this has been so amazing. We
yes.
really appreciate your time. And Jerome's episode is coming out this week on the podcast.
Super. So we look forward to yeah. It was a fun podcast, and if you want, we can do the 2020.
Oh, we should.
I'd like to do that. All right, cheers.
So check it out next Wednesday, Jerome.
Next Wednesday.
Interview. Yes, it was so much fun interviewing with you. Your energy is so amazing. I love
yours is too. So there you go. Positive energy all the way.
Yes, rosé is the only way.
Exactly, rosé every day, all the way.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
Well,
with moderation.
Well,
all right. Thank you so much, you guys.
All right.
Enjoy
bye,
the rest of your day. Bye. Ciao. Au revoir. Bye-bye. Cheers.
Well, that was fun. So we're not going to keep you guys long. We just wanted to pop in, chat with a good friend on the left coast, Jerome Cherie of Fog Crest Vineyard, Black owned. He is an amazing French winemaker. He is there. So go to Fog Crest Vineyard. They're here. Follow them. Subscribe to all their newsletters as well, and get you some Fog Crest.
Yeah, buy the wine by the case.
Yes.
By the box.
You speak up. You gotta speak up because they can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Buy it by the box. It's good. Look, you got it right here. You got to buy it by the case.
Yes. It is very good, very delicious. We interviewed Jerome, and so his interview is going to air again this Wednesday coming out. So check out the podcast, follow us, like, subscribe, all those things. Tell a friend. Until next time, bye guys.